In this video, we will discuss about the polysaccharides. Carbon containing compounds are called as the organic molecules. The organic molecules present in the living organisms are called as the biomolecules. When we grind these biomolecules in the trichloroacetic acid and strain by using the cheesecloth or cotton, usually we obtain two components. One is the acid soluble filtrate, which contains a high amount of the cytoplasmic contents, and other important component is the acid insoluble retentate, usually which contains macromolecules as well as the cell organelles. In this acid insoluble retentate, usually bigger molecules like biomacromolecules are present whose molecular weight is higher than 10 kDa, and smaller less than 1 kDa molecular weight compounds like lipids are also present because of its hydrophobic tails. The major components present in the case of these biomacromolecules are the amino acids, nucleic acids as well as the polysaccharides. Now we will discuss about the polysaccharides. Polysaccharides, I mean to define these, polysaccharides are the biological macromolecules with a long chain of monosaccharide units that serves mainly as the energy sources and structural support in the cells and form arthropods cellular exoskeleton also. So here these polysaccharides are the macromolecules with the long chains of monosaccharides, and mainly it acts as the source for the energy as well as they are involved in the structural support in the case of cells. For example, in the case of plants also, cell wall is made with the cellulose, that is a component of the polysaccharide, and even in the case of arthropods also, that exoskeleton is made with the polysaccharides. And these polysaccharides are the polymers of the different kinds of the monomeric unit, that they are the monosaccharides. The monomeric unit may be the glucose, or that may be galactose, or that may be fructose. So these are the various kinds of the monomeric units. The two number of carbons may be 4 or 5, 6. Here glucose, galactose and fructose, these are the 6 carbon containing compounds. Here in the case of this polysaccharides, the polymer may be homopolymer or that may be heteropolymer. Then coming to the homopolymer. So in the case of these homopolymers, usually all the monosaccharides in these polysaccharides are of same kind. If the polymer is produced by the polymerization of the only one kind of the monosaccharide units, usually we call it as the homopolymer. And coming to the heteropolymer, heteropolymer means otherwise this is called as the heteropolysaccharides or heteroglycans. In these polymers, more than one kind of monosaccharide units are present. In these homopolymers, the monomeric unit is glucose. That means let us see then what are the different kinds of the polysaccharides produced from the monosaccharide, that is glucose. Glucose is a 6 carbon structure where we see the presence of the 6 carbons. Under the physiological conditions, this open chain form can be converted into the ring structure also, where we see the presence of the 5 carbons within the ring and 1 carbon is present outside the ring. Then let us see then what are the different kinds of the polymers produced from this glucose molecule. Glucose is the major monosaccharide unit in the case of polysaccharides like cellulose and the starch and the glycogen. So in these three components, the monomeric unit is the, that is repeating unit is the glucose, and this cellulose as well as the starch, these are the major components present in the case of plants, and the glycogen as a reserved food material present in the case of animals. Then coming to the cellulose, cellulose is the major component in the plant cell wall. So in the plant cell wall, cellulose is the major component. Yeah, this is the plant cell wall, and majorly it is made with the cellulose. And even in the case of human welfare also, we observe the application of this cellulose. The paper whatever we usually obtain from the plant pulp and the cotton fibers, they are purely made with the cellulose. And coming to the starch is the major reserve food material present in the case of plants, and glycogen is the reserve food material in the case of animals. And in the case of all these three, in the case of starch, glycogen, as well as in the case of cellulose, the repeating unit is glucose only, but the way how that forms the polymeric structure different in the case of these components. So in the case of cellulose, we observe a linear arrangement, and in the case of starch as well as glycogen, we observe the branching pattern here. In the case of starch, usually we observe the limited branching, but whereas in the case of glycogen, we see that a well-defined branching. And in the case of starch, usually that is more helical and less branched when compared with that of the glycogen. And coming to the other kind of the monomer that forms the polymer, that is fructose. Fructose that forms the polymeric compound called as the inulin. So in the case of this inulin, the repeating unit is the fructose. So in the case of heteropolymers, the polysaccharide contains more than one kind of the repeating unit. So example is a pectin, also an example for the heteropolymer. In the case of polysaccharides, so when you arrange these polysaccharides as a linear structure, usually towards the right side reducing end is present, and towards the left side non-reducing end is present. So this is the amylose, a polysaccharide. So towards the right side, usually we observe the reducing end. Reducing end is with hydroxy at the first carbon, and in the case of non-reducing end, usually the molecule is with hydroxy at the or free hydroxy at the fourth carbon. And because of this reducing and non-reducing ends, also the chemical properties of the polysaccharides differs from one to other. Even these polysaccharides, they shows the secondary helical branching pattern also. Usually this helical secondary branching is observed in the case of starch and absent in the case of cellulose. And so that's why whenever we add iodine to the starch, because of this helical structure that forms the stable starch iodine complex. And this stable starch iodine complex usually that gives a blue color when you add iodine to the starch, usually because of its helical structure which holds the which stabilizes the starch iodine complex and gives the stable blue color. But whereas in the case of cellulose, this helical secondary structure is absent, so that's why cellulose is unable to form the a stable cellulose iodine complex, and that do not give the blue color. In the case of this glycogen also, that secondary helical structure is limited, more branchings we can see. That's why even this glycogen also are not able to give the same intensity as such of a starch. Another important function of these polysaccharides, they are involved in the formation of the complex polysaccharide molecules. So like in the case of these complex polysaccharides, they act as the building blocks. Like example is amino sugars. When sugars are combined with amino groups, usually we call it as the amino sugars. Then these amino sugars, chemically these are the modified sugars. For example, glucosamine as well as the N-acetyl galactosamine. Then these are the structures, and glucosamine as well as the galactosamine. In the case of this glucosamine, then this is a modified sugar where amine group is present. The function of this glucosamine. Glucosamine is a part of the structure of two polysaccharides, that is chitosyl as well as the chitin. These are the important, they play an important role in the cell wall in the case of fungi, as well as the exoskeleton in the case of arthropods. And coming to the galactosamine, this galactosamine also, this is the modified galactose where amine group is attached to the galactose. Galactosamine is the major constituent of some glycoprotein hormones, such as follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormones. So we know that glycoprotein is the combination of protein with the sugar units. Here, these sugar units are the modified sugar units. In this modified form only, this hormone shows its biological activity. And these modified sugars like glucosamine, all these are the key components in the case of exoskeleton of the arthropods like chitin. These are the different kinds of the polysaccharides present in the case of living organisms that are performing various kinds of the functions.